Hi.
Hi. So Abby is doing her puzzle because she's lame. And
I'm not lame.
this year was our third year going to Warp Tour. And if you don't know
Huzzah.
what Warp Tour is,
4 cheers for 3 years or whatever.
yeah, whatever it is. It's 3 years.
5 cheers for 3 years.
I don't know.
3 cheers for
3
5
cheers
years.
for sweet revenge. What?
What?
My
What?
cam crying. Okay, so it was our third year. And if you don't know what Warp Tour is, basically all the bands from Hot Topic go and play at one place.
They all play.
They all play.
They all just play.
They just
on
play
the
together.
playground.
And
It's like a play date.
there's a ton of bands, and they all perform simultaneously on different stages. And each band gets about 20, 30-ish minutes, depends. Smaller bands typically get more songs, depending what the stage is, because there's less people playing on the stage. Like, when we saw this band called Set It Off, they maybe did, 6 songs. But when we saw, another band, they might not do as many because they're bigger bands. And so it was our third year. And
start this puzzle over.
it was me, Abby, and 3 of my friends, and one of them was my boyfriend who went with us last year. And all of us had been to Warped
So
Tour
I wasn't
before.
the third year. I wasn't the third wheel this time.
Not this year. Not this year. You were last year. But, okay, so to
I'm
start
not
off
third.
first, Warped Tour started an hour later for us. It was usually starts at 11. For some reason, it decided to start at 12 this year. Don't know why.
You're
Yeah.
talking.
I know. Don't know why it decided to start at 12, but it did, which was not fun for me. Because first we get there and we're like, oh, we're going to get there at 11 and get there early and we're going to be totally fine.
Yeah.
We waited over an hour in a line.
Mm-hmm. It was horrible.
And
And the worst part was, we hear music start playing up. We're like, oh, what is it? When we get closer, we look all the way past on the stage. It says The Word. And I'm like,
we're
oh.
really far back. Somehow Abby was able to
Somehow I was able to see it because I have
Her
really good
supersonic
eyesight, guys. It says The Word. And I'm like, oh, it's The Word Alive. That was like the one band Emily's boyfriend really wanted to see.
He basically bought his Warped Tour ticket so that he could see this one band. And so we finally get to Warped Tour. I'm like, oh, well, we're going to make it. And the song,
We
his favorite
run.
song is the very last song. I'm like, we're going to make it for the very last song. We run to the stage. We ask somebody, we're like, did they just end or are they going to start? They just ended. And I was like, shoot.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, well, that's going to define the entire day.
It didn't, though.
It didn't. Who do we see?
Mayday Parade.
Yeah. So then we went to Mayday Parade. We've been waiting to see for 3 years. For real though, Mayday Parade have been here so many times.
And we've
never
missed
seen
them every time. Hey, look at Emily's Empire of Dirt.
Yeah, I'm getting ready for college. Okay, go. And, so we got to see Mayday Parade. They were so much fun. They just have a great time. My friends really like
He
my
was
friends
so
My
adorable.
friends didn't really know them, but they were like, man, they looked like they were having a great time. And
He
I'm
was
like,
smiling
they
so
were so
much.
happy. Derek, one of them was wearing a Goo Goo Doll shirt. The one who looked like Abby. He used to have long hair like Abby, but then he cut it all off.
Mm-hmm.
And that was good. And then I think did I meet Jason?
I don't know.
I met Jason V1I, the YouTuber, because he was on there for the YouTube thing. And I just saw Abby's like, hey, isn't that weird YouTube guy you like with the big hair? I'm like, it is in fact that weird YouTube guy. So then I got a picture with him and I had him sign a thing and he was really cute.
Yeah, I'm like, hey, Em, isn't that guy? And you're like, hey, let's keep walking. I'm like, Em, I think that's that guy.
It was. You could tell by the hair. We saw him again later, but I didn't need a second autograph. And we saw
Then-
Yellow.
Yeah, I think Yellow Card was
Yellow
next.
Card was next.
We just sat up on the hill and watched them from below.
It was really fun. It was super chill. It was very chill. So we just kind of relaxed there. We're like, yeah, this is fun. It was just really chill.
And then
relaxed.
Motionless in White.
Yeah, and then immediately after Yellow Card was Motionless in White. So we go running down this hill, and we are really close. Guys, we were 2 or 3 people back from the very front. And I have to tell you, I was getting really, really nervous before that show started.
Here, you film me some.
Yeah.
Okay, so I just had this feeling inside my stomach. I'm just oh.
Because, okay, we've never been that close during a hardcore show at Warped Tour. We saw We Came as Romans, but that
we
pit
sat
was
up
so
on the hill.
crazy, so we sat up on the hill. And we saw, who else?
Bring to the Horizon.
Yeah, but we were so far back that it didn't matter. And then who was the first one we saw last year who you liked with the blood? The guy came out all bloody.
Oh, Woe Is Me.
Yeah, we saw Woe and Me, but we were back. We'd never been that close for a hardcore show.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't know Motionless in White, they are screamo,
Screamo,
horror.
metal, horror, with occasional soft vocals.
Yeah, they have very nice soft vocals. Chris Motionless. And they are beautiful. Oh my god.
They're like the most beautiful men ever.
They are beautiful. And, okay, so it's starting. And first things first, I'm very short. I go, and my friends all like to push me closer.
Yeah, we all make like an effort, because we know Emily's the one who wants to be there the most, and she's the shortest, so we all push her to the front.
Yeah, and some people are very nice. At shows before, people have literally pushed me in front of them, which is very nice. This was not the case at Motionless in White. This freaking 7 foot tall, he was not 7 foot tall.
5 minutes before show started.
5 minutes?
We've been waiting there for like
45 minutes.
45 minutes.
We've been waiting there for like about a half hour. Waiting.
We just changed our story.
You know what? We've been waiting there for a while. And this freaking tall, 6 foot tall kid,
with
like
big puffy hair.
big puffy Edward Scissorhands hair, pale as like a piece of paper, just steps directly in front of me. And oh my god.
He shoves his way through the crowd.
He shoves his way. Do not shove your way through the crowd.
Because people have been waiting there forever.
I've been waiting there for like so long. Okay, so then the show started. And you know what? It was not as bad as I thought it was going to be. The thing was, obviously, there was a lot of crowd surfers. But since we were so close to the front, I could see the security guards go and try and like put their hands up when the crowd surfers were coming. So I'd duck out of the way. Then this huge guy decided to mosh like all over me. Like he was like, did you see him?
No.
He was huge and he was all over me. There was
also
also
a really sweaty guy in front of me who, whenever he would jump, sweat would pour out of him.
Ew.
So I moved Emily's boyfriend into. I'm not naming him.
Yeah.
I moved him like,
right
into
in
the
front.
spot.
And what's it called? There was also like a 50-year-old man drinking a beer and like smoking. And I'm like, who are you? Why are you here? So this huge guy was like moshing the entire time. So I was actually very happy with that show. We did not die. But, okay, very last song, Immaculate Misconception. I'm having a ball. That is my favorite Motionless in White song. I'm freaking out. I'm having a great time. One of my friends had been looking out for me. You know, if somebody's coming, she'll tap me on the shoulder and stuff. And then, last second, the very last song, I feel this bump. A crowd surfer falls on me. He falls on my head.
What about the one guy? No. The one guy I watched fall and hit his head on the ground, and I'm like,
yeah.
Oh, crap.
Yeah, you know what? That show was kind of crazy, but I was... this is the first time I've ever been hurt at Warped Tour. Like, the first year, I got a giant bruise on my arm, but that's just because I ran into a car, because I was really excited. But this is the first time I've actually really gotten hurt at Warped Tour, and I felt my head, and there's a giant ass bump on my head.
A giant ass bump?
Giant ass bump. It was on my ass.
It wasn't.
No, it wasn't.
No, it was an ass bump. It was in the shape of an ass.
It was the shape of an ass. Ash. But no, so then my friend asked if he was okay, and I was like, yeah. I'm like, he should apologize. I'm sorry. If I was a crowd surfer, all I would do was apologize.
I'd be like, sorry.
I would be like, sorry.
I'd be like, sorry.
Gilly.
Sorry.
That's what I would do if I was crowd surfing. I'd do that in midair.
People would kill you.
Sorry. Oh my god. Imagine that.
Okay, we need a crowd surf now.
Okay. And then next we decided to take a break. I got a frozen lemonade, put it on my head. I should have gone to a medical tent, but I didn't. I don't know why. So then we sat on a hill, and we saw, like, We the Kings for a second.
No, we saw, like,
no. First, we did. I was eating the
yeah,
lemonade. I was eating the lemonade.
I was eating Dippin' Dots.
We saw a second of We the Kings from, like ridiculously far away.
But we could still hear them, so it was okay.
So I count that. I count it. And check that seemed like a fun crowd. Nobody was crowd surfing.
Okay, then we saw, what we see, Less Than Jake.
Less Than Jake.
And we sat on the hill, and I wanted to go down there because it looked like ska bands are the best.
They're so much
at
fun.
Warped Tour.
One of the best bands I've seen at Warped Tour ever was Real Big Fish.
And they were just having fun. They were just making fun of how old they were. And
they had all these props, and they were just like talking to like the moms. Yeah. They brought people up on stage.
It was just a fun show.
That was a fun show. Who do we see after? Falling in Verse.
Okay.
That show.
Let me film you.
Let's stop at 12 and then we'll record the second part.
Okay.
That show we like to call the Crowd Surf Apocalypse. Okay, so backstory. In 2012, on our first Warped Tour, we saw Falling in Reverse. That was my first time being in a front row at a show. I mean, I was off to the side. My ears almost started bleeding because I was really close to the speaker. And my friend hates Ronnie Radke with a burning passion, and she knows a lot about him because I was really into him at the time. I mean, I like the music now, but I cannot condone Ronnie Radke as a person.
Okay, whatever. Condone this.
So I bought my friend a ticket to Warped Tour for her birthday just so she would have to see Falling in Reverse. Like, that was literally my purpose. And so then we go, and we're getting pumped, and my friend is, like, so over it already.
But it was, like, in the cute, fun way. Like, in the, like, Emily, I can't believe you're dragging me to this concert.
Earlier that day, we walked, a show just ended, I think it was, like, Mayday Parade, and we walked right by a signing, and it was Falling in Reverse. We were, like, 5 feet away from Ronnie Radke, and my friend's face, she was so done. So done.
It was fun.
It was hysterical.
So we were looking forward to the show, right?
So first, there's these really douchey guys in front of us, like, hitting on this girl. Then they turn around and they start talking to this guy who was apparently her father.
Oh my god!
Like, oh my god. That was funny. So then the show starts, and I'm like, yeah, Falling in Reverse. They start with I'm Not a Vampire. We should have a video of that. Okay, Ronnie looks like so ridiculous so now. Do not make fun of me for saying Ronnie Radke looks ridiculous. He can do whatever he wants. But I don't even know what he was wearing.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Better than the sparkly blue pants we saw him in 2 years ago.
That. My friend said he looked like a muffin when he did that. Because he was all upper body and like he had these skinny little legs.
Oh.
His legs are like this.
That's the definition of a muffin top.
Basically. But, so it starts and I'm like, oh yeah, Falling in Reverse. This is so much fun. Then the Crowd Surf Apocalypse happened. The Crowd Surf Apocalypse. And
Metalocalypse.
I
That's a great show.
can't even, how do you describe it?
Like a shit ton of people crowd surfing and getting in your face and forcing you to have to
That was the only time I've had an issue with crowd surfers at a show. Like, it's always been like, okay, here's a crowd surfer coming, I'll move them out of the way. Yay, fun. Last year some guy fell on my boyfriend, but that wasn't that big of a deal. This, I saw 2 crowd surfers fall on top of each other in midair. Like, this was crazy. I was seeing this one girl crowd surf like 5 times. She had a cast. If you hit somebody to the face, you're dead. Like, you'd break a nose. My friend had to catch a crowd surfer, and she fell to the ground catching this crowd surfer because nobody around her was helping. I'm sorry. I'm not being sexist or anything, but we girls, me and my friends who are girls, cannot hold up the weight of people. I can barely hold up the weight of myself.
Except me, girl, I can hold myself up because
I'm
I'm awesome.
So mad because all I wanted to do was see Falling in Reverse. I'd waited 2 years to see them. They'd been here a lot.
At least nobody ruined Mayday Parade for us.
Or Motionless in White. And I'd waited so long, and I was getting so sick of it that by the end, during the Drug and Me It Was You, I'm like, I am done.
She was about to cry.
I almost burst into tears. I was just so annoyed at everybody because the thing is, I could not enjoy the show. And if people comment and be like, oh, you should have moved spots, I'm sorry. I just want to watch a show. And we got there pretty early.
Uh-huh.
Like, the last band was still performing when we were there.
Yeah, it was like the summer set. Ew.
We don't like them.
But we don't have a good reason to not like them, so we suck.
I don't like their music. I've heard their songs. I don't like them, okay? Okay, so that was our fun time Falling in Reverse. Let's do a part 2.
Okay. Part 2. Bye.